Every year, C-SPAN hosts StudentCam, a video competition for middle and high school students. This year's competition centered on sending a message to President Obama and what the students saw as the most urgent issue for the president to address. Here's a short clip from one of our third prize winners' video and their interview.
The U.S. economy is at a very bad place today. People are saying that this is the worst financial downturn since the Great Depression. Hi, I'm Alec Weaver, a high school student living in Lincoln, Nebraska. The people you just saw briefly were some of the people I interviewed to gain some more knowledge about the areas this crisis has affected. We'll hear more from them in a minute, but now, let's take a look at how serious this crisis really is. The financial downturn is perhaps the biggest challenge that Barack Obama will face in his presidency. Some of the problems he will have to address are unemployment, restructuring of the auto industry, and stock market regulation.
Joining us this morning is Alec Weaver, a third prize winner from Lincoln, Nebraska. Good morning, Alec.
Morning.
How familiar were you with issues of finance and the economy before this documentary?
You know, I wasn't too familiar with how the economy worked or how the crisis started. I had heard a few things on the news, but I hadn't really researched a lot of stuff.
What did you learn?
Well, I really learned, how much the economy affects people in their daily lives, and I learned how the crisis got started, and I also learned how one thing led to another and everything just kind of went downhill.
Tell us about your community there in Lincoln.
Well, Lincoln is the capital of Nebraska. There are about 250,000 people living here, and Lincoln is a college town. We have the University of Nebraska here and some other smaller colleges as well.
How has your community been affected by the state of the economy?
There has not been as many job losses here as in other states, but the housing market here has slowed down, as well as banks have tightened up their lending.
And what did you learn from your interview with a local bank?
The banker there that I talked to, he talked to me about how he thought the crisis started, and what he said was banks were lending money out to people and for homes, and these people could not afford the homes and could not make their payments, so their houses were foreclosed on, and the banks had to take the houses back, and then as a result, the banks tightened up all their lending.
How has this affected people at Union College?
Well, the lady I talked to there, she talked to me about how difficult it's been for students to get loans, as well as the parents of students have been a lot more fearful about tuition because they've had less money and lots of them have lost their jobs.
How hopeful were the people that you interviewed about the future of the economy?
They seem to expect the crisis to continue for several months, but they seemed pretty hopeful that it would eventually turn around.
How did your opinion about the economy change as a result of making this film?
I think the main thing was that I really realized how much worse the economy crisis was than I originally thought.
And what steps do you think President Obama should take to address the economy?
I think the most important thing for President Obama to do is to get the banks to start lending out money again.
Thank you, Alec.
Yeah, thank you.
You can watch Alec Weaver's video or the other StudentCam 2009 winning videos at www.studentcam.org.